Hey guys, Aaron Cybertron Zeng here, and today I'm back with another episode of Road to Rank where I climb the online VGC 20 ladder and provide live commentary as I go. We're just starting today's episode right away. In yesterday's episode, we showed off the Sun team that was able to get number 1 on the Pokemon Showdown ladder and was built by a really cool Korean player, so thank you to them for providing the team. Feel free to learn more about the team and the creator in the description below. For the first game of today's episode, we're going up against what looks like Fevzi's Lapras team, basically. There might be some modifications here. I don't remember if that's the same order as the rental team, so I wonder if it's like verbatim Fevzi's team or something slightly different. So Tyranitar looks really good here, bar Conkeldurr. Alternatively, I could just go the Sun route. Sun also does not look that bad here, especially, for example, we can't put Lapras to sleep that easily because of Sweet Veil. I do like G-Max Wildfire a lot in this matchup because my opponent's team is just so bulky. Crit Kiss, probably not that good here given that Lapras is shell armor, or at least it should be. I mean, Tyranitar honestly is tempted. Like, the reason to bring Kiss would be to support Tyranitar with, like, Follow Me. This is tricky. Kind of want to go with the Sun option here. Okay, I'm going to lead Charizard, I think, and Venusaur with Torkoal in the back. And I think I still want to go with Tyranitar as the last one, although I think Dusclops could have value as well. The reason for Tyranitar is mainly because it hits Togekiss, Instant, and Lapras were super effective, but I think another approach to this game would have been to protect the Tyranitar as well as possible and go like Tyranitar, Dusclops, Togekiss. So, yeah. Gonna get into the first game of today's episode, though. As always, if you guys enjoyed, please show your support by leaving a like. Question of the day, I'm curious what your guys' favorite non-Pokemon game is. For me, it's, there are a bunch of them, but I think The Last of Us definitely ranks pretty high up there. Very excited for the sequel as well. And, yeah, let's jump into game 1 today. The Togekiss and Sin, okay. It's not amazing, but it's also not terrible. I mean, we have a relatively free play of Max Charizard, switch Venu out. Could even go into Tyranitar here, honestly. Huh, that's tempting. That is tempting. I'm afraid of them maxing their Togekiss. They also could Yawn. Like, I want to utilize as much as possible with G-Max Wildfire. Although, I guess we just one-shot Togekiss here if we switch out and it doesn't max. Yeah, I guess that's fine with me. I'm willing to... So what I wanted to do was Airstream instead of Wildfire, because when you use an attack like G-Max Wildfire or G-Max Vocalid that has this residual damage, you ideally want to use it when your opponent Dynamaxes, and you want to save it for like the last turn of your Dynamax typically, instead of using it right away. And the other problem here is that my opponent is Incineroar, which doesn't get affected by G-Max Wildfire. But I am fine if I get a KO onto Togekiss here. Sure, I don't get the return of the Wildfire effect, but I still get a KO. They max Togekiss is also not the end of the world. I guess I might have considered Airstreaming, though, because they could max Togekiss. And that's what they're going to go for. Maybe maxing Airstreaming was the play there, then. Like I was thinking is maybe Airstream into the Incineroar. So then we outpace Togekiss the subsequent turn. I mean, this isn't the end of the world. Like, I still get G-Max Wildfire in Sun Off. It probably does, like, 70% to Togekiss, honestly, but we'll see. I'm fine with Togekiss maxing here, I think. Yep, fake out into Venu slot. Okay, that's fine by me. So we get G-Max Wildfire. I mean, honestly, if my opponent KO'd the Torkoal here, that would be fine by me. Yeah, it's like 65%-ish. Okay. Yep, there's Airstream. Okay. Fortunately, Torkoal does not go down, but I guess that's fine. Do I want to conserve Torkoal? My opponent doesn't have weather control, so I don't think it's really necessary. I could pretty safely just max guard here. No, I think I want damage onto the Incineroar, actually. What I want to do, I think, here is max Airstream into Incineroar and go for a Heat Wave. Yeah. Reason being, I mean, Togekiss might Airstream again, but we have Venusaur in the back, and Venusaur can just come in and Sludge Bomb Togekiss, and Airstream puts the Incineroar in KO range. Another KO range from... KO range from another Airstream. Excuse me. Flubbing up my words there. But I think max Airstream into Incineroar turn 1 might have worked out a little bit better for us. Togekiss actually max guards. Oh, that's very good for us. Okay, nice. I mean, that's amazing, because now we get all this free damage onto Incineroar. If Incineroar is like parting shot in here, that would be even better. But either way, I think that I'll take for sure. Yep, so there's the berry on Incineroar. I could have Earth Powered there, but I still like Heat Waving. Covers the option of, for some reason, my opponent not targeting the Torkoal slot. And he's just going to Flare Blitz. Gets into Torkoal, right? Yep. Okay, that's super good for us. Yeah, because I think we have enough firepower to win this late game. The downside is that we just didn't get very much out of G-Max Wildfire, as you can see, but that's alright. Yeah, I think we brought out Venusaur right now. And it's a pretty safe play to just max Airstream and Sludge Bomb, I think. So it really comes down to what my opponent has in the back, but we have Blast Burn on this thing, and that actually destroys everything in the back in Sun. So I'm fine just Airstreaming again into Incineroar. My opponent does not have any fire or flying resists. So Charizard, I mean, that's part of the reason why I prioritize Charizard. And I can just Sludge Bomb Togekiss here. Yeah, so we can pick up a double KO. Then it'll be 3-2 in our favor. Nice. Okay, so we were able to make sure Togekiss was not that big of a threat this game, which is good. So it's 3-2 in our favor now. Dynamax is going to end. The scary thing about the Charizard is that I have relatively inaccurate attacks. I mean, Blast Burn and Heat Wave are both, what, 90? So it's not the end of the world. I'm assuming Conkeldur's definitely in the back. What's scary is that like Hurricane would be tempting to just absolutely destroy it, but if I had to guess, it would be Dusclops and Conkeldurr in the back. So what I want to do is double up probably just onto the Dusclops. G-Max Zard was amazing for us in this game, though, that's for sure. But despite this lead, it's still definitely far from over. I think you have to have Conkeldurr for the Tyranitar. Yep, there it is. Which makes me think maybe I should have brought Togekiss instead. And Dusclops, yeah. So, called what my opponent had in the back correctly. This is actually still very scary for a bunch of reasons. We don't have a definitive very safe play here. I'm leaning towards Blast Burn. Just get, like, Blast Burn, Sludge Bomb, Dusclops. Or I should say Blast Burn, Energy Ball. I don't know if Heat Wave Energy Ball hits the KO. That's why I want a Blast Burn. Blast Burn does so much more damage. This is the safer play, mainly because Conkeldurr could Protect. And you could go for Protect Trick from here. Yeah, nice. Alright, that's game then. Unless we miss Blast Burn. Please don't miss. Or Dusclops survives, but I don't anticipate it surviving this. Oh, especially not after the Spit F drop, yeah. But I think this would have KO'd anyway, honestly. I mean, this was like Sun-boosted Life Orb Blast Burn. And even if that didn't KO... Oh, I guess if Trick Room goes up, we probably lose this game, right? So I did need that to KO. I will do that calc afterwards. I don't know. I mean, Life Orb, Energy Ball did like 35%, but this Charizard is just so strong. Like with Blast Burn, I'm pretty sure we pick up that KO. At this point, we should go for, I think, just guaranteed damage. Yeah, I don't want to Sludge Bomb in case he's Guts. Yeah, actually, no, you should be Iron Fist with that. But I don't want to take any chances, because if it is... I wonder if this Conkeldurr actually outspeeds my Tyranitar, too. Right. Good damage, very good damage. Okay. And he's actually going to opt for Thunder Punch, so Venusaur hangs around for longer. Makes sense, though. I'm sure he's worried about Air Slash. We actually have Hurricane for a higher base power. And it is Life Orb, yeah. Nice. Sun was very, very good for us in this game. I do want to do the damage calc on Dusclops after this, because I was thinking it wouldn't matter, and I was like quite confident on picking up that KO, but maybe it wouldn't have. I mean, it is a Sun-boosted Life Orb, 150 base power Blast Burn, though. I feel like it picks up the KO. I guess we just Crunch here and Sludge Bomb. Or Energy Ball. Yeah. I'm going to do that damage calc just because I think that's good to know, as Tyranitar does just get one shot. I'm also, yeah, I couldn't tell if that was like max Spidef Dusclops or not, but Charizard against Dusclops, Blast Burn, in Sun, Solar Power, let's figure it out. Blast Burn. Oh, right. Blastburn's not even in in the damage calc, but that's fine. We can just adjust the base power. Oh, that's definitely KOing. Yeah. Wait, that's actually so powerful. Oh my goodness. Okay. So, yeah, I think we were fine even if it was, even without the special defense drop, which was what I was assuming. The reason why it's good to, like, assess something like that is because you always want to ask yourself, like, did I need RNG to win that game, or was I fine even without the RNG? The reason why assessing those scenarios are important is because if it turns out that you did need the RNG to win, that's kind of a big deal, and then you want to ask yourself, okay, was there a way that I could have prevented it so that I didn't necessarily need to rely on that? In that late game scenario, I think I always go for the Blast Burn Energy Ball onto Dusclops. It's kind of a read-based turn, right? Of course, I could target down the Conkeldurr, but if I do target it and it detects, which is exactly what my opponent did, and Trick Room goes up, I just lose the game 100%. So I'd rather just go for the guaranteed safe play onto Dusclops, which pretty much never has Protect. And if we don't pick up the KO, then I think we probably just lose there. One other thing we could have gone for was Gamble with the Sleep Powder, but I was like, why gamble for the Sleep Powder if I think Energy Ball and Blast Burn just get the KO, right? So, yeah. This calc is kind of insane, though. Yeah, I mean, this is telling me against, like, max HP, max Def Dusclops, Blast Burn is doing 92 to 110%. Which is kind of crazy, because how often do you see a non-Dynamax Pokemon have the ability to one-shot a Dusclops, right? Yeah, Blast Burn being base 150 in Sun. So, yeah, I think we were fine there. Alright, next game today. There are a bunch of things I'm worried about here. Self-weakness policy activation from two different things. Self-U-turn Dragapult into Ludicolo, and then Ludicolo max Geysers to set up the rain. Or just Sylveon to activate Dragapult's weakness policy. Sableye, as always, is just kind of a tricky Pokemon to go up against as well. No pun intended. Dusclops here has... Or sorry, Excadrill here has... obviously a lot of super effective attacks against us as well. So what approach do I want to go with in this game? Part of me wants to set up Trick Room and Bulldoze because Tyranitar one-shots everything at +2 attack here. The question is just how do I really get that set up? The reason why I'm not very confident... Oh, wait, Sableye is on this team with Ludicolo. They definitely have Rain Dance on the Sableye. If I had to guess. So the approach I actually want to go with is the Trick Room approach, where I go with Togekiss, Dusclops with Torkoal and Tyranitar in the back. The other thing that Togekiss could do, depending on what my opponent leads with, is actually just Dynamax and attack as well. So we have options with this. I don't feel very confident in Charizard and Venusaur here. Part of the reason is because Venusaur gets stopped by Fake Out, but it also gets stopped by Quash from the Sableye. Because we're not Focus Sash on the Venusaur, there are a lot of big threats that can just kind of wreck us early on. And Charizard, if it is Rain Dance on Sableye, which I suspect it is, it just makes it a lot tougher for Charizard to really do very much. And because it's so frail, I'm not sure I really want to G-Max it in this game. We're going to go with Sableye Dragapult, which honestly I am okay with here. I'll take that. I mean, this is actually a scenario, like I was saying, where I could Dynamax the Togekiss, but I have to say I'm worried about Trick Eject Button. But the good thing here is that we actually do have Frisk. So we get to find out what my opponent has, right? Okay, so it's definitely self-Shadow Sneak. There are a lot of shenanigans you could go with this team, but that's fine. If you self-Shadow Sneak, what I can do is just follow me Trick Room here, I think. Yeah. Because if I get Trick Room up, I think Tyranitar is an amazing matchup, especially if Dragapult decides to commit the Dynamax turn 1 here. What I also could have done was just max the Togekiss. Go for... I don't know if this I should double-check the speed on it, but I don't... Like, you need max speed, basically, to outspeed Dragapult at +1 speed. I don't think this is max speed. They are going to commit the Dynamax to Dragapult. Okay. I'm okay with that. If you go for the Shadow Sneak, I just redirect that away, which is great for us. And, I mean, what else is Sableye going to go for? Could go for a Taunt, but either way, I think, like, Togekiss always... Like, I always make sure, like, you don't one-shot Dusclops here, basically. You could Fake Out. But, nope. Yeah, okay, I think they're going for the self-Shadow Sneak stuff here, which would make the most sense. Nope, they actually opted for Taunt. That's fine by me. And probably just a Phantasm. Yep. Okay. That was not very surprising. So, yeah, that's fine by me. There are no problems there. I think what I do this next turn is actually switch Togekiss out into... Tyranitar and Bulldoze. Unless my opponent makes the read. Like, what I could also do here is just follow me to get the guaranteed safe switch in. What they could do is quash Max Phantasm to Dusclops. I just think that's relatively unlikely. Even if they go for that, I get to reset Togekiss and I get Tyranitar in for free, which I don't think is the end of the world. And if we get the Bulldoze off here immediately, I think we just win this game. Right now and then. I guess they could self-shadows. No, I mean, what do you do here with... I actually think maybe it is in my opponent's best interest to just double up onto Dusclops here with the Quash. Wait, actually... Okay, yeah, they opted for it into Togekiss. Beautiful. Okay, that's what I was expecting. Nice. Yeah, that's why I wanted to prioritize Tyranitar in this game as well. Because it's Dark type, so I don't get affected by Quash. Or anything Let's Say Boy has, for that matter. Phantasm, yep. Tyranitar, great. Okay, perfect. So now what we can do is just Dynamax the Tyranitar and start sweeping. Right, -1 defense, but that's fine. Yeah, because I was taunted. Yeah, I mean, my opponent didn't want to eat a Dazzling Gleam, obviously. So, I mean, I figured they would double up onto the Togekiss slot, but that's still... I mean, I don't think it was super risky, because even if you do KO Dusclops, I get a free switch in back into Tyranitar. Plus, I'm not even sure if Phantasm would KO anyway. Okay, so let's just check everything. We're at +2 attack. I think Dragapult almost always max guards here, but I'm still just going to go for a max darkness because Sableye doesn't really scare me, and I'm just going to Nightshade into Sableye. Actually, the one thing I want to check for, they don't have redirection. So I think it's relatively safe to go for that. You can't Will-O-Wisp me. We've already seen Taunt and Quash. You normally run a combination of like Fake Out, Will-O-Wisp, Foul Play, Rain Dance. I do think it should be a Rain Dance on the Sableye because of the Ludicolo, but maybe my opponent's just running Ludi without Rain Dance because you can still just activate Rain yourself naturally. Of course, I could have made the read here to just hard target the Sableye, but I don't think Sableye really threatens Tyranitar at all. So, what I don't want is for my opponent to have, like, Max Steel Spike. Yeah, okay. They have Will-O-Wisp, but they're just targeting Dusclops. Perfect. Yeah, so in this scenario, like, and you saw the Dragapult didn't max, like, I'd be in a lot of trouble if I did not target the Dragapult, like, made the hard read of Sableye, of Dragapult protecting, and I'd, like, target down Sableye, and then my opponent just goes for, like, a Max Steel Spike, which might just KO me because I'm at -1 defense. So I'd rather play it safe here, even if my opponent max guards there. Like, what do I really lose, right? Because I can't get targeted by Sableye on Dusclops right now. So this is Weakness Policy and Trick Room coming out huge right now. It's fun because, you know, like, it's not like Dusclops plus Weakness Policy setups are rare, but it's like you almost always see Rhyperior on these Sun teams. So Tyranitar really throws people off guard, I think, and Max Quake is an interesting tech move here as well, you know, for the Spadef boosts. But I think we're in a really good spot right now. We still have 2 turns of Dynamax. Trick Room is up. Sableye is absolutely useless right now. We've seen 3 of its 4 attacks. The thing about Sableye is you always want to confirm its moveset as well as Incineroar actually comes in, which I'm fine with. Yeah, I'm super fine with that because I think this is just the free... it is interesting because we could contemplate going for a Max Quake. The only reason to go for the Max Quake is because the Incineroar here might just be purely bait here, right? And if I Rockfall, you switch out into Excadrill, that's my one fear. Whereas Quake would cover that option. Yeah, I think I'm going to Max Quake here. I don't know if it KOs. Part of me thinks it doesn't KO, but I guess we're about to find out. Sableye is like absolutely... Okay, my opponent actually just forfeits. It would have come down to what their last Pokemon was to even have a chance, but with Incineroar and Sableye and Tyranitar +1 attack, like, and another turn of Trick Room, and another turn of Dynamax, it would have been very difficult to win that. But I think they still had a shot, maybe. I thought the only way they could win that is if they do have Excadrill as the last one, and you switch the Incineroar out into Excadrill into a Rockfall, protect Excadrill, switch your Incineroar in the following turn to get another Intimidate on Tyranitar, and stall out my Trick Room. But even if you stall out my Trick Room, Sableye is absolutely useless. The thing is that an Instant was actually pretty good against my team offensively if you KO the Tyranitar. But that's part of the reason why I wanted to conserve the Togekiss as well, because of Follow Me in the late game. So, not bad. Otherwise, I'm pretty happy about how that played out overall, I think. Nothing really too crazy, I would say, happening. But I think that shows, if anything, part of the weakness of like, if you want to stop weakness policy setups, like, Follow Me is just one of the best answers, right? So that's why, like, Togekiss is... I mean, Togekiss is so good in this format for so many different reasons, but it's such a good Pokemon to lead with because, like, this Togekiss was really flexible, right? We have Follow Me for those kind of weakness policy setups, but we also can just Dynamax and go for Airstream or Starfall for offense as well. So the lead ended up working out really nicely for us, and yeah, I didn't think my opponent had really great answers against Trick Room, so against teams like that, you always want to ask yourself, okay, how do I set up Trick Room safely? And it worked out quite nicely, but cool to get the Bulldoze combination off with the Tyranitar in this game. All right, third game of the day. Let's see what we are up against here. Wow, that is a team. That is definitely a team. Gardevoir, Golisopod, Jolt. I mean, I'm scared. These, like, slightly lower ladder teams are always super scary, I think, because I just, like, never know entirely what to expect. And in best of one, I think it's just, like, some of the scariest stuff to play. Like, I'd rather face what we just faced than this kind of team. But it's exciting because if we lose against this, we can say we lost to some really cool stuff. So I'm excited. Either way, though, a lot of speedy Pokemon, actually. I wonder if that's G-Max Machamp. I feel like if Charizard just gets an Airstream off here, though, it just blows through my opponent's entire team. Like, super, super hard. So I think that's the approach I'm going to go with. And if I want to go with the Airstream approach, what I could do is just lead Togekiss Charizard, go for Follow Me Max Airstream turn 1, and then have Venusaur and Torkoal in the back. I feel like that's alright. I really don't feel very confident. Like, if my opponent did not have Machamp, I would definitely bring Tyranitar, but yeah. Machamp itself is already scary. Plus, yeah. Plus the Score Bunny evolution. I'm literally blanking out on its name right now. And then Dusk, I mean, we could have gone with a Trick Room out in this game. I guess if I wanted to go Trick Room, I could go Torkoal, but I don't know. If I just get a Follow Me Airstream off, I think Charizard just beats that entire team. So that's the plan we're going for in this game. Problem with committing to Charizard is that it is very frail. So if it gets one shot, that could be problematic. So, well, we'll see. Either way, cool team for my opponent. Very, very cool team. Very scary as well. So I am... you always, like, when you play up against teams like this, you cannot underestimate them. You have to just assume the worst on everything. It's going to be Vanilluxe and Machamp. Okay, I think that's fine. Is it fine? This is actually really scary because if it's Scarf Machamp, you could Scarf Rock Slide. I'm not gonna lie, the approach I'd rather go with right now is actually just switch into Torkoal and Max Airstream into Machamp. Because Scarf Machamp screws up everything, like the original plan that I was going for, which is Follow Me and Max Airstream. So while I was not expecting the Dynamax Togekiss, I actually think I go for that here. I also want to switch into Vanilluxe or Torkoal. Because I think Machamp, I mean, is it really going to be Scarf Machamp? I feel like probably not, so maybe this was just too cautionary. I feel like they probably max Machamp, but if you max Machamp, Charizard would have been faster. But it's probably AV Machamp too. Okay, I don't know, but... Unfortunately, they led the one thing that I think I needed to play a little bit more cautiously with. If I see Machamp, I normally assume Assault Vest, but it could also be, you know, Scope Lens slash Razor Claw and your G-Max Machamp so that you get the crit ratios up. That would be fine here for me. I don't think I'd be too worried about that. I'm worried about a double up into Togekiss to just pick up a KO. They are going to max. Should be Machamp maxing. I don't regret switching out Charizard, though. Because what we could do is actually, if for example, this Machamp takes over 50%, what we can do is just swap Torkoal back out into Charizard the next turn, go for another Max Airstream, and now I've got Charizard outspeeding my opponent's entire team. I think Heat Wave also just blows through that entire side. That's not G-Max Machamp, is it? It's actually going to opt to just Blizzard, okay. Oh my goodness, that did a lot of damage. And that was a crit, okay. Who needs G-Max Machamp if you can just get crits like that already to start it off? Okay, yeah, I mean, I'll take the dodge on Togekiss for sure, as we crit the Machamp in return. Yeah, I mean, I think overall this has been a favorable turn one for us so far. I expect Rockfall into Torkoal. Let's see. Yeah, perfect. Nice. Okay, I mean, that's a great turn one for us. The main thing here is we're pressuring. 2 crits. Is that crit? Wait, I mean, that's not G-Max Machamp, is it? That looks like regular Machamp, but I don't know what G-Max Machamp actually looks like. I'm pretty sure it looks different from that. So I just want to quickly look. Yeah, G-Max Machamp has like glowing arms. So regular Machamp, not bad. Managed to pick up that crit. But I can now just bring in Charizard and just Airstream Machamp and Heat Wave, right? I don't think there's any downside to that. And then it means... The only downside is that I don't have Sun up for the remainder of this game, but I don't think I necessarily need it here. What I'm worried about is Scarf Vanilluxe. If you are Scarfed and you max guard Machamp, I will take a Blizzard. Oh, never mind. I'll just get the Heat Wave off first. Oh, what? Vanilluxe survived that? That I'm surprised by. Is he Assault Vest then? How do you take a Life Orb Heat Wave from Charizard? I mean, either way, I'm fine. Like, you probably just Freeze Dry or maybe Blizzard here. I also missed, like, I forgot the Togekiss here is very slow, so it doesn't have speed base 100s. The plan was to just KO Machamp and get the single target Heat Wave. No way! That was so sick! Oh my goodness. That just happened. That really just happened. Wow. That's all I have to say. Wow. What? That has to be AV Vanilluxe, right? There's no other explanation for the item. Oh my goodness. That was a huge tech. That was so huge. I think we're still fine. I'm just going to Airstream Golisopod. And Energy. What is... Okay, that was so cool. That was so cool. Who would be in the back? Jolteon, Gardevoir, or Cinderace? That's its name. I guess we Earth Power here because Gardevoir we KO anyway. Yeah, I'm just gonna max Airstream Earth Power here. Okay, he's gonna First Impression. That's so much damage! But I think it's fine. It's gonna be a 2-on-1 now, as we should KO Golisopod. Yeah, and then we KO the Vanilluxe. We do take Life Orb and Sand damage, but Venusaur should have one more attack in it. I'm worried that 2 ticks of Sand and Life Orb KO Venusaur here, though, because if they whatever they bring could obviously just protect. I did not know Vanilluxe got Weather Ball. No, I learned something today. I think we do Faint from 2 turns of Sand, don't we? 20 down to... Oh my goodness, it's exactly enough. So it comes down to what the last one is, whether they have Protect, and then whether Togekiss can 1v1 if they have Protect. It is Gardevoir. It's just gonna also... No, it's not Trace. Interesting. Alright, I would say it's in our favor because our Togekiss is fast right now. I mean, we obviously just Sludge Bomb. So, question is, do you have Protect? Dazzling Gleam is just higher base power. I mean, this turn doesn't really matter because we get the Sludge Bomb off, we just win. He doesn't have Protect. Oh my goodness, that was so scary. That was so scary. Weather Ball Light Assault Vest Vanilluxe. I mean, it has to be Assault Vest, right? I'm gonna do that damage calc right now, but there's no way it's not Assault Vest. Like, sure, Sun wasn't up, but this is still a Charizard we're talking about, right? Like, that was one heck of a team, man. That's what I say, man. You cannot underestimate teams like that. Heat Wave, doubles. I guess, actually, if you're max HP Vanilluxe, you can survive that. Huh. Yeah, maybe it was just max HP, and maybe it wasn't even AV. I'll play one more game today, though. Yeah, we had 2 games yesterday, and it was a 30-minute episode, so why not? Let's play a 4th one today. Oh my goodness, though. What the heck? I'm at a loss for words there. That's really cool, though. I mean, that's a tech, if I've ever seen one. I'm not sure I would have played that game too differently anyway. I don't like ever staying in with Charizard there, turn 1. Especially because the Machamp could just choose the Rock Slide, which is actually kind of what I was expecting it to do. And in the end, like, it was still a favorable trade-off. We're up against a really highly rated opponent. They've got a very interesting... Like, we actually have 4 of the 6 same Pokemon, but they have Gyarados Corviknight, which is interesting. What do I want to go with here? This is tricky. I feel like Yaw might be relevant in this matchup. I mean, do they really go with the Trick Room route themselves with Torkoal and Dusclops? Because what I want to go with is Charizard. We have Lunberry Charizard, which could actually come up huge against the Venusaur. I feel like Charizard Venusaur is pretty flexible for us because we could switch either into Torkoal out immediately. And I'm not afraid about my opponent leading Venusaur because I've got the Lum on Charizard. I guess the main thing I actually should be concerned about is my opponent's Tyranitar because we don't have Superpower either. Actually, yeah, the Tyranitar, I think they definitely bring Tyranitar here. Beating that might actually be pretty hard, I think. So, which one of these 3 in the back give me the best answer against Tyranitar? I guess my own Tyranitar is actually kind of compelling. Because we could max it, in theory. I do think facing against our opponent's Tyranitar is going to be very tricky here. And maybe I actually needed a better game plan going into this. Because we don't have max overgrowth on Charizard either. So, if we want to beat the Tyranitar, it actually might involve Venusaur. Although, I don't know if Life Orb max overgrowth in Sun KOs Tyranitar. But we have Sleep Powder too. That's always an out. We're going to go with Tyranitar and Dusclops. Okay. I mean, this is where I wish we were using Body Press Torkoal, which is actually becoming common now. Like, it's a relatively safe play to just switch Charizard out into Torkoal. If we were Body Press, this would actually be super good for us. We are Min Speed Tyranitar too, right? So we could double switch here. Alternatively, like, I could Sleep Powder. I don't want to risk his turn 1 Sleep Powder though. But if they max Tyranitar and we get the Sleep Powder off, that would be super good. Like, super, super good. Okay, I'm going to switch out. I do think I'm going to go for the Sleep Powder. Because the other play is to probably just protect Tyranitar. But if they... maybe Sleep Powder into Dusclops would have been better. I don't know. Because I feel like they set up Trick Room here, right? And we have Minspeed Tar, so we should actually outspeed their Tyranitar. And we have Yawn, too. So if I think, like, actually, yeah, the best approach to this game is putting my opponent's Tyranitar to sleep. I mean, we could have just maxed Venusaur, too, but I think they might... okay. I mean, that's the downside of using Sleep Powder. Shame. That would have been a very good turn 1 for us if we hit that. Like, an absolutely amazing turn 1. They actually up not to Trick Room either. Interesting. Maybe reading my play. Okay. Yeah. If we hit that, it's so good for us, but that's the thing, like, 75%, right? That's why I don't like playing with Sleep Powder Venusaur. Like, I think in yesterday's episode we missed it too, but once again, you do not want to be reliant on it. You absolutely do not want to be reliant. I mean, Eruption here is safe. Honestly, I still kind of want to go for Sleep Powder Eruption here. Yeah, because Dusclops does not threaten me very much. That's unfortunate. I mean, we could have Energy Ball, but I think Sleep Powder is still the better bet. If we hit that, we're honestly in a great spot. He's going to Nightshade again, too. Yeah, especially because we did not have... yeah, especially because we had over 50 HP on Venusaur. But I honestly do think Sleep Powder was the best approach in this game. Maybe Energy Balling was a little bit safer. I actually would have just KO'd him, probably, but... I wanted to cover for the... actually... Yeah, the problem with Energy Balls is if he Dynamaxes and I activate Weakness Policy and then you max Rockfall Torkoal, then I'm in a really, really bad spot, so... it's kind of a classic live and die by Sleep Powder. I think now we just lose, unfortunately. That's frustrating, but that is how the game is sometimes. I wonder if he's like Lumberry because he was just staying in front of a Venusaur with like no fear of Sleep Powder or Safety Goggles even, but that's like super obscure. But because, like I said, we don't have max fighting on this Tyranitar, the other approach, like I said, would have been to attack with Venusaur, but I think I really needed to cover for the option of it Dynamaxing. That being said, I guess, how often do you Dynamax a Tyranitar in front of us? And honestly, using Sleep Powder twice, like, to double miss is, what, the odds of that is 1 in 16, which is basically a critical hit. Or sorry, crit is more rare now, but yeah. Oh, that's so frustrating. Especially because they went for Rock Slide and Nightshade. We would have double survived, gotten a stronger Eruption off, and put Tyranitar to sleep. So sometimes I think in matchups like this, I felt like I needed to gamble with the Sleep Powder. Don't really regret it, so yeah. I'm going to go for the Yawn here and the Max Darkness. One way we could win this game still is if my opponent, like, Max Knuckles into my Tyranitar. They're not maxing their Tyranitar, which is interesting. I guess you just Rock Slide. That's frustrating. But live and die by Sleep Powder. Yeah, the reason why I was like, if I miss the first one, I think it's fine. It's just missing back-to-back ones kind of sucks. But 75%, like, that's why Sleep Powder is, like, not... He has such a high variance move in this game. He does just Superpower. Wait, okay, there's actually a chance to win this now. Because my opponent just activated Weakness Policy, and I get the Yawn off against Tyranitar. That being said, I actually think if I just... Maybe you should have high horsepower, or max, max. Yeah, it's still tough, because now you can just switch out the Tyranitar. Yeah. He wasn't Scarfed. Not that I was expecting to be Scarfed, but... If we actually max Quaked and Yawn the Dusclops, that might have worked out better for us. Okay. That being said, I don't know. I actually think we had the right lead. Or not necessarily the right lead, but our lead gave us options. If I want to hard... I also could have just Energy Ball turn 1, but once again, if I Energy Ball, you max Tyranitar, you Rockfall, and Trick Room, I think we just lose. Whereas the play I took, like, it works out the majority of the time. But that's what happens when you play with something like Sleep Powder, right? You have to consider the odds. Okay, with Gyarados in the back, I don't think we have any out. Unless we survive a Waterfall. I mean, we have Charizard in the back. I guess this isn't over because Hurricane technically could confuse. I mean, the max guard here is super obvious, right? Do I go for it still? I think the Tyranitar switch... I mean, the safe play for my opponent is you Waterfall Tyranitar and you switch out the Tyranitar. So I think I actually go for the Heat Wave Burn here onto the Gyarados. He stays in with Tyranitar. That makes this very interesting then. EQ. He's going to activate his own Weakness Policy through that, I guess. Or KO himself. I really actually was hoping, if he didn't KO himself, I think we actually had a better shot at this. Is that Bandit then? I know he has that -1 defense, but... Wait, that EQ is so smart. This guy just got himself to +2 attack. Oh my goodness. Ah, and I totally could have switched Torkoal out there too. Okay, I mean, that's probably a game then, because I don't have speed. He has Venusaur as the last one. Do we go for Blind Hurricane Confusion? I actually think that might be it. That looked like Choice Band damage, but that would make no sense. It does make some sense, actually. We're a Tyranitar. I think Heat Wave might be better. Does Heat Wave Burn or Hurricane Confusion? Yeah, I think we Heat Wave here, because it also covers Venusaur. And I guess just Rockfall. No, Darkness is better for this F drop. Not that it matters. I think you would think Tyranitar goes down here. Oh wait, they haven't even Dynamaxed yet. What am I doing? They're fine then. They're fine. I do think if we just hit that Sleep Powder early on, though, we're in such a good spot because my opponent had no switches to Venusaur and Torkoal. But like I said, that's just sometimes how the game plays out. Hurricane Confusion was the play then. I totally forgot my opponent could even Dynamax, hilariously enough. And they have Protect, yeah. GG. We needed a Hurricane Confuse, get the Confusion, and then Rockfall into Gyarados. Now, even if we get the Burn, I don't think it makes a difference. Yeah. No Burn. And that should be Geyser into Tyranitar. Alright, nice game, man. The odds of hitting Hurricane are obvious. Oh, wait, hold on. It is technically not over because now my opponent does set up the rain. So Hurricane is accurate. Alright, I'm not giving up quite yet. What they should do is just Sludge Bomb instead of Sleep Powder with Venusaur, but... +3 attack. That was a really cool EQ as well. I didn't think it would KO his Tyranitar, but maybe my opponent's Tyranitar just didn't have any bulk. I mean, it was at -1 defense, but still. Yeah, if I switched out into Torkoal too, I would have been able to reset the weather. Although, I guess actually I didn't want to reset the weather because my opponent had Venusaur in the back. We should lose after this turn, but if they get greedy... Yeah, wait, hold on. This could... Oh, wait, that did no damage. Never mind. Alright, we don't get confused. It actually helps the Airstream, which is interesting. It doesn't matter because you're at +3 attack anyway. The double protect on Venusaur seems kind of extra, but yeah, well played. I think, I don't know, I thought Tyranitar was the scariest Pokemon in this matchup, so had I just Energy Ball, like maybe that would have been the play, but once again, like I was very worried about them setting up Trick Room and then sweeping me with Tyranitar because we didn't have Max Knuckle. And if we activate their weakness policy, they just one-shot everything on our end, so that's the reason I didn't go for the Energy Ball turn 1. We also could have Dynamax and Max Overgrowth in a Tyranitar, but I think Bulky Tyranitar maybe survives that. Plus, you could also just protect Trick Room turn 1, so yeah. I think I still go for the Sleep Powder play, honestly, if I were to replay my opponent in that set. Because if I hit one of the two, we're honestly in a pretty good spot. But yeah, that is why you should not be very reliant on Sleep Powder. So if anything, let that be a cautionary tale. Anyway, that's going to be it for this one, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, leave a like if you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys soon. All right, peace.